So in this video, I'm going to be as neutral as possible. Because in this whole space right now, there's a lot of emotion and there's a lot of just anger. Now, I try to have fun in this channel. Sometimes I make videos that people don't like because I show emotion and I kind of try to have fun, and I get a lot of backlash sometimes for doing that. So in this video, I'm going to be as neutral as possible just to give you guys my opinions on what is going on right now. But there's a huge divide, in this Pokemon space right now. The scalpers versus the wholesome collectors. And there's just a lot of anger right now in this whole community. And, you know, recently it's been getting a lot worse. It all really started with surging sparks, and that wasn't too bad. Like, yeah, a lot of people were complaining, but it's not like how it is now. With prismatic evolutions, with the journey together, said that, we all know how that went with the pre-orders on Pokemon Center. Right now, there's just a lot of anger and a lot of complaining. And I just want to talk about that today. Now, like I said, I'm going to try to be as neutral as possible because I don't like this whole anger. It just seems like right now, this whole space, there's a lot of fighting, and it's really not worth it at the end of the day, guys. Like, whether you're a collector, whether you're an evil scalper investor like me, right? Is it really worth it going online right now, fighting all the drama? Because like I said, on my channel, I like to have fun sometimes. I try to be entertaining, but it gets to a point where I actually see people getting, like, you can tell, like, really angry, like in, real life. Is it really worth it? Because I'm going to tell you guys this. The people that are actually, like, really upset about everything going on right now, that things are double, triple MSRP, they can't buy anything, the scalpers are ruining the whole hobby. My advice is this. Just leave. Because if you look at the upcoming sets, Journey Together, Team Rocket, Black and White, the mega thing now, it's not going to get any better. And seriously, if your mental health is actually declining because of Pokemon, the hobby that's supposed to bring joy, and now it's not for a lot of people, right? My honest advice would be to leave. Because it's not going to get any better. If you like these sets, because it's only really the new sets, guys, that are being scalped. Because all the other sets right now, all the older sets, they're not crazy expensive. It's just the new ones that are in demand. And I've tried to explain this before to you guys. The reason why scalpers are here right now is because of the demand. And a lot of people, a lot of collectors fail to realize that the reason why scalpers are even scalping these sets is because there's natural demand for it. And that's why this whole scalping problem is inevitable. It really is. In any market. Pokemon, the ticket market with, concerts, any sort of thing where there's a limited amount of supply of anything. It's inevitable. So if this is really, because I see it on these subreddits, man, especially this Pokemon TCG subreddit, people I can tell are genuinely upset at what's going on right now. And honestly, it's like me just being a person, I advise you to just leave. It's going to be better for your mental health. You won't have to keep thinking about these evil scalpers and complaining and doing all these things to try to get rid of them online. It'll be much better for you. And in a few years from now, if you come back, most likely the market would have cooled down. And I think some people are doing that. But it just doesn't seem like there's enough people doing that, though, because I see some people saying online that they're going to leave Pokemon because it's getting tiring, exhausting, because all these prices, they can't get an MSRP. But regardless of a lot of people saying this, that they're leaving or they're not going to buy from scalpers, we continue to see prices rise because no matter how many people, like on the subreddit, I'm going to go through this, no matter how many people say that don't buy from scalpers, if enough of us, don't buy from them, they're not going to have anyone to sell to. With this large of a market, that's not going to work. You would need a huge portion of this market to all come together to not buy from scalpers. And unfortunately, that's almost impossible with how vast this market is and how many people have money. It's not going to work. People can maybe have some self-gratification from going on eBay, trying to take these scalpers, listings off. Just all coming together online saying, let's all not buy from scalpers. You might get gratification from it yourself, but in terms of the whole entire market, it's going to do nothing. So my first advice, if you're seriously this upset, because I can see it, this whole subreddit, all these, posts that are, upvoted a lot, they're all upset about scalpers. Simply the best thing to do is leave. But, if you don't want to leave and you still want to collect Pokemon, there's so many other sets to collect. You don't have to only go for the popular stuff that's being scalped. There's so many other sets out there. There's so many. And I've even, explained this before. Go to the Japanese side. Guaranteed hit rates. High quality cards. It's cheaper. Things on the Japanese side, they get reprinted a ton because everybody wants reprints, for the English stuff. And it seems like right now it's not really happening. There's not a lot of supply. Japanese is the way. And you don't even need to open packs. I've explained this also before. Pack opening is a luxury. And just this whole space, this hobby is a luxury. And if you can't afford to open packs, you might just want to go for singles. However, with these new sets, I believe the singles are also going to be expensive. So if you do want to collect also the new stuff, even buying the singles will probably be expensive. So that's why my first advice would be simply, if you really are upset about this whole situation, because I can see it, just leave. It's not worth it. However, people like me, even me being an evil scalper, right? Evil investor. I don't totally agree with this whole situation, right? Like, I don't think this is good. Like, I'm not advocating for this sort of thing. But the difference between me and a lot of people online on the collecting side is that I don't complain. I'm adapting. I'm paying the prices. Yeah, people saying that I'm part of the problem because I'm paying the scalper prices. Sure, I'm part of the problem. But individually, I'm not complaining about it. I'm adapting to the market because it is what it is. And just a lot of people online, I feel like, really need to leave this hobby if you're going to be this upset, because it's not worth it. Like, being an actual person, like, I can tell people's mental health is totally messed up from Pokemon. Because look at this subreddit. I know you guys have been looking at literally one screen for a long time now. Look at this subreddit. Everybody here, people getting to the extent of literally just mass reporting, all of these listings on eBay, all these people using their individual time to ban all these listings and stuff. You're not going to beat the people. You're not going to beat the scalpers. People will continue to list. You're wasting your time. But a lot of people are getting personal gratification from doing this. This person, I guess, made a meme, but people don't agree with it because people are saying, why are players in this whole meme? Flippers and scalpers are the reason for the market being like this. Obviously, the subreddit is going to be somewhat, biased because it's just the trading card subreddit, not the investing subreddit. The investing subreddit also is biased. But everybody on the subreddit is angry. If you just look, all these people don't buy off scalpers. Everyone complaining about everything going on right now. You can just see it. Look at all these posts. Just everybody saying, just complaining from scalpers. Scalpers, everybody saying, let them lose however much they do. Don't give them satisfaction. You know what? It's not going to work. I'm telling you right now, it's just not going to work. Just so many people upset about this whole situation. In Pokemon, literally all the top posts are all about scalpers, scalpers, scalpers. It's not getting any better. And that's why, seriously, if you are this upset, this is a hobby. This is not a necessity. I'll keep saying it. If this is not fun anymore, if it's not fun, leave. Because, it's not worth it. In this space, yeah, it's supposed to be fun. And I feel like back then, a year ago, there were still evil scalper, or not really at the time. I guess you wouldn't really use the word scalpers back then a year ago. But the investors, there was a medium between the investing people and the collecting people. And there were zero problems. We all know this. Beginning of Scarlet and Violet, it was not very popular. This whole problem didn't exist. It's until now that we're getting more popular sets with more popular Pokemon and artworks and everything, where we're having this issue of just a lot of demand. And man, other factors really contributed. The TCG Pocket app. I think that's a huge factor. A huge factor. Because people opening up cards on their phone, I think a decent amount, in my opinion, transitioned to, physical cards. I think that was definitely part of it. And that's why we're having this huge problem right now. It all happened at once. The Pocket app becoming very popular, the very, very, good sets in this era coming out with these very popular Pokemon, Evolutions, the Team Rocket, the like Journey Together, the Gym Heroes like set, the Surging Sparks, the Pikachu set. It's like all this happening at once is why we're seeing what we're seeing. And just a lot of people are complaining so much. And honestly, I feel like I'm getting a headache talking about it. And I don't like, honestly, I have an evil channel. Yeah, I've admitted it. I'm evil on paper in the Pokemon community. I am. But, for me, I don't complain. I just go with how things go. If I don't want to buy into something, I won't. And, that's what some people got to realize is that we all have our limits, right? Some people, it's MSRP. And some people, after anything goes above MSRP, they're not buying. But for me, obviously, I'm an evil scalper, right? So MSRP to me doesn't really matter. But, like, for me, I didn't even buy, like, anything at MSRP. I only got stuff from Pokemon Center. Everything else I paid up on. And the thing is also is like I didn't even pre-order that early. Like I pre-ordered actually pretty late. So there was actually a lot of time in my opinion for just normal collecting people to get products at okay prices, like above MSRP, but not for like how it is now. Because if I go back, let me see if I can actually pull this up on my phone. I pre-ordered pretty late, guys. Like I did not pre-order early at all. I pre-ordered pretty late here. Let me see if I can actually see when I actually pre-ordered. So I started pre-ordering my stuff on December 23rd. That's the first day I pre-ordered really anything. So it was pretty late, but I was able to get some stuff for like 20% over MSRP. Like it wasn't that bad. And I feel like a lot of these people that are complaining about scalpers, they're not trying enough. A lot of these people, because with Prismatic, like I told you, I pre-ordered very late, so I was able to get some stuff a little bit over MSRP. I feel like a lot of people aren't even trying or even willing to pay a little bit over MSRP. Like a lot of people are just hard stuck MSRP, and if it goes over, I'm never buying. It's like, how can you expect then to be upset that you didn't even try or even be willing to pay a little bit over and then complain that when we get this close to release now that, Elite Trainer boxes are this expensive? I don't know what to say. Like, I'm trying to be very neutral in this video, but I don't know. I guess I don't know what to say anymore. Just serious advice if you're upset about the situation. It's not worth it, really. Channels like mine, I know, don't really help. I understand. And that's why people don't like me. I understand. But, this problem is really going to continue. And if your mental health is really that, messed up because of this, it's not worth it. And like I said, there's so many alternatives in Pokemon, like Japanese, and collecting other sets. But it seems like for some reason, people don't think about that. People only care and want to talk about the scalpers with these high demand sets. And this goes back to the thing when I said it before. It's like there's a reason why this problem is happening with these popular sets is because everybody wants it. Besides the scalpers, the evil people, everybody wants them. That's why it's this way. I mean, look at Evolving Skies. I mean, it wasn't as crazy, obviously, on release, but why is that booster box $1,300, $1,400, and people are buying them? I think I've said enough in this video. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. What you would say to these people that are upset about this situation right now. Let me know what you guys would say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.